Disney, and by extension Pixar, have firmly established themselves as a leading producer of feature-length family entertainment in movie theaters and homes around the world. But there are only so many sentient animals, princesses, and fantasy heroes your average adult can tolerate, unless it's Game of Thrones. A wink and a nudge that the kids don't notice, so that the whole family is entertained enough to come back for next year's flick. Hey, what's up? I'm Brad with Wicked Binge, and these are 18 dirty jokes you missed in Disney movies. Cars. When Lightning and Mac are on their way to sunny California, looking to score a sponsorship from Dynaco, Mac starts hankering for a little rest and respite at none other than the top-down truck stop.
Stopping off for a quick breather, kid. Old Mac needs a rest.
Hey, the road can be a lonely place, but it's nothing a fully convertible waitress can't fix. The Rescuers Gone Wild. The Rescuers. Not all the dirty bits were originally intended. In this 1999 VHS release of The Rescuers, some hilarious or maybe kinda sick intern managed to slip this saucy image of a topless chick into the middle of a chase scene. Blink and you'll miss it.
Nobody knows that they saw it, but they did.
Plus, with VHS quality, there's not a lot to see there. Definitely one for the AV Club.
Oh, I just love takeoff.
Mr. Potato's Head, Toy Story 3. Hiring Don Rickles to provide comic relief as the memorable Mr. Potato Head was a stroke of genius by Disney Pixar.
Junk! He called us junk!
Incredibly, despite passing away in 2017, he makes a return in Toy Story 4 from beyond the grave. It's all thanks to the extensive library of unused recordings he made for the other movies, games, theme parks, ice-capades. Geez, maybe they worked him to death.
You think that's funny?
Funny as Mr. Potato Head is, nothing quite matches up to this beautiful play on the Potato Head toy itself. When Mrs. Potato Head, frankly, has gone on long enough, Lotso whips the mouth right off her face. The perfect retort?
Hey, no one takes my wife's mouth, except me.
Lion King's subliminal message. The Lion King. Not all the dirty jokes are actually jokes. This one's a little more obscure. Simba gets bummed out. FYI, The Lion King is basically Shakespeare's Hamlet, and slumps down on a cliff edge, kicking up a cloud of dust which appears to spell out sex in the sky. Apparently, it's actually meant to read SFX, as a tribute to the special effects team who worked on the film. Considering the intended audience, we would hope so.
You mean a bunch of royal dead guys are watching us?
Mushu's magic powers. Mulan. Who better than Eddie Murphy to deliver dirty jokes, huh? When Mushu is boasting his magical powers to Mulan, the declaration that he can see straight through her armor isn't lost on the film's heroine.
My eyes can see straight through your armor. Ow!
That look? Somebody drew that look, and they knew exactly what they were doing. Boo's dirty drawing. Monsters, Inc. The internet went crazy when this image circulated of Boo's room from Monsters, Inc. It appears to show an anatomically aware depiction of an illicit act between Boo's mom and her father's brother. But that can't be real, right?
Kitty.
Right, it's a total fake. And whoever made it ought to be examined. Mufasa's face, The Lion King. Not all the dirty stuff is actually in the movie. This movie poster, ostensibly of Mufasa's face, bears an outline that could, from a certain angle, well, it looks like a naked chick. Did they realize this when they made it? Is it a little joke slipped in by the illustrator? Or could it just be the product of the mind of a frustrated internet user? We'll let you decide.
What am I going to do with him?
All about the hair. Tangled. Another poster, another subliminal message. It's a miracle we reached it to adulthood without our subconscious minds completely corrupted by this endless train of filth. Who are we kidding? We're all totally disturbed. Now look, not everyone agrees with this one, but take a look at the Tangled poster. That's right. Can you see it now? Okay, let me help you out a little. There you go. S-E-X. A big metaphor staring you right in the face. I mean, that's what the story's all about, right? Okay, so this one might be a little dubious, but isn't it possible the illustrator did this on some subconscious level? Or perhaps they presented a few different ideas, and the execs weren't quite buying any of them, so they slipped this in to try and get the green light in the boardroom.
Is this hair?
Struggling is pointless.
Lightning McQueen's enthusiastic fans. Cars. It's the start of the Cars movie, and the whole scene is really trying to establish Lightning McQueen as the star racing car. Well, what better way than to show us the dedication of some of his most adoring fans? Two young, sporty, enthusiastic twins who, flash their lights at their hero. Okay, if you don't know what's going on here, maybe you're watching the wrong video. I mean, come on, look at McQueen's expression.
I'm Mia. I'm Pia. We're like your biggest fans.
Buzz reaction. Toy Story 2. Buzz isn't the most natural, smooth talker. Sure, he's got the action lines and the heroic moves, but when he tries to speak to Jessie, the guy is falling over his words and stuttering.
Well, I just want to say you're a bright young woman with a beautiful yarn full of hair. A hair full of yarn.
Barely listening, Jessie rushes to let the dog out of the room, with her own dazzling display of agility. It's all a bit too much for Buzz and, well, he's got a Woody. Dirty bug jokes. A Bug's Life. Here's an example of a joke that just wouldn't make it in a Pixar movie today. DreamWorks' Ants is generally considered to be the more adult of the two animated insect flicks, but A Bug's Life has to take credit when a leering fly calls out,
Hey, cutie! Wanna pollinate with a real bug?
It doesn't stop there. The ladybug happens to be a circus performer named Francis, who's furious that the fly just assumed his gender, and we're not even gonna touch that one.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. Is that it, Flyboy?
Frozen measurements. Frozen. When Kristoff is sharing a sleigh ride with Anna, he finds out about her shotgun engagement to Hans and proceeds to grill her on the subject, unsure that she knows her fiancé well enough. What follows is a series of how well do you know your partner type questions, all pretty standard. When it comes to foot size, however, Anna responds,
Foot size doesn't matter.
with the most knowing, sly chuckle to herself. Props to Kristen Bell for delivering that one in a way that even the most comatose, popcorn-stuffed parent scrolling through their Instagram during the movie couldn't have missed. Alfredo's confession. Ratatouille. The innuendo in this one is out of control. Ratatouille is a little more suitable for dirty jokes anyway, since the main characters are adults. When Alfredo attempts to come clean about bringing a rodent into the kitchen, he struggles to get his words out. During the difficult exchange, he sets up the reveal by talking about his tiny little, and before he can say rat, Colette drops the wickedest glance right at it.
I have this tiny, little...
Somebody animated that glance, and that facial expression. And to that animator, 5 up top.
A tiny chef who tells me what to do.
Aladdin. As a kid, when you see Aladdin end up in a room filled with beautiful women, you probably didn't think much of it. As an adult, you realize why the women are so eager to kick him out. No one's less welcome anywhere than a broke guy in a brothel. Funny how they all knew him by name though, right?
Oh, it's that Aladdin hit the bottom.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves. If you're one of those people who'd rather pretend that the Aladdin straight-to-video sequels never existed, honestly, fair enough. But at least Aladdin and the King of Thieves actually has Robin Williams. And when you get Robin Williams, you get lines like this.
I thought the Earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon.
It's not subtle, it's not clever, but it is dirty. Papa Pongo, 101 Dalmatians. When the clever Dalmatians, with the help of a few friends, escape from the cruel fate Cruella de Vil has in store for them, they've nowhere else to turn but back to Pongo's house. Cleaning them all up, they eventually count the titular number 101, which includes all the other Dalmatians Cruella collected, far more than Pongo and Perdita's litter. Without an explanation for the appearance of all these new dogs, Roger jumps to the conclusion that Pongo has basically been having all sorts of sex.
Well, where did they all come from?
Oh, Pongo, you old rascal!
Or in British English, Pongo, you old rascal. I can't do the accent, sorry. Wisecracking bus driver. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is one of those love it or hate it Disney films. At the time of its release, it basically flopped, with negative reviews and commercial failure, but it has since grown to something of a cult classic. Okay, maybe you didn't miss this one the first time you saw Hocus Pocus, but it's pretty dirty all the same. When the witches inquire about riding the bus, the driver is all too keen to acquiesce to the lady's request. When Winifred Sanderson openly declares, "We desire children," the driver responds with an expertly timed, "Hey, that might take me a couple of tries."
We desire children.
Hey, that may take me a couple of tries, but I don't think that'd be a problem.
A minute or so later, you can see Sarah Jessica Parker sitting on his lap and squealing with excitement as the bus driver drives over a dead cat. What's not to like? Narcissist self-love. Hercules. Narcissism is a complex condition, broadly defined as an extreme level of self-obsession. It takes its name for the Greek mythological figure Narcissus, a hunter who, upon seeing his own reflection, became so entranced that he ended up killing himself due to the knowledge that he can never be his own lover. Talk about a narcissist. But perhaps he made a mistake. When Hermes is schmoozing around the party on Olympus, he remarks to Zeus that he hasn't seen this much love in a room since Narcissus discovered himself.
Fabulous party. You know, I haven't seen this much love in a room since Narcissus discovered himself.
Oh, and Hercules didn't miss the opportunity to riff on Oedipus either. That's some solid 3,000-year-old material there.
That Oedipus thing? Man, I thought I had problems.
But we're sure Disney has hidden countless other dirty jokes in their movies. Have you spotted any that we forgot? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But most importantly, stay wicked.